let's introduce the topic of discussion for this evening. So this is a tweet from someone, I'm Just Foo. I don't really know who this person is, but here's a tweet. It says, so my man's girl bought him a PS5 and he sold it the same day. Now he's ungrateful and all types of bleeps, yada, yada, yada. He used the money to buy a ring. So let's discuss why this is wrong. In my opinion, it's wrong, but if you have a different opinion, that's perfectly fine. I want you to feel like you can share that. I'll go ahead.
Somebody go get Liz.
Oh shoot, yeah, we gotta get Liz. Not yet, a few episodes behind. Yeah, man, somebody text. I got Liz's number. I'm gonna text Liz right now that she should come through because this is I would say this is very important to me personally. I feel like this woman. Also, this is interesting. Good, Phil. Phil, if you got opinions, type them out. Hop in the Discord, share your voice, whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? I keep trying to type in Liz, but I have her full name, her government name saved in my phone. I don't know her full government name, but I mean, while we're getting started, Ashley, our honored guest and teammate, would you like to share your opinions on the matter?
Well, I don't think I'm ever going to be in that type of situation, so like I don't really have an opinion.
You definitely will.
But I mean, like, I don't know, in the end it'll be my own ring, but also it's like my gift to you. Why would you sell the gift that I got for you? Because like, what the hell, you know?
I do know, indeed.
Also, I'm a little distracted because, you know, anime, but...
Anime's nice.
It'd be like that.
Now, Darielle, I imagine you have some opinions that don't pertain to the Timberwolves at the moment.
So I didn't actually read the thing, but it said that a woman bought her boyfriend a PS5.
Yep.
And then he sold it and bought her a ring.
Correct.
I mean, she was kind of using her money at that point to buy the ring.
Hello.
Liz, I'm so glad you could join us. Darielle, thank you for your opinions here. We really appreciate it. Liz, you are the person who actually shared this tweet in the Discord. Could you explain your reactions to it?
My reaction was not even to the original tweet, was really just for the people who commented below the tweet saying that the woman was ungrateful. Because some people would love to have a man who cares that much about her. I'm like, but he did.
Such low standards.
Low standards. And it's like, personally, I don't like it when people re-gift gifts I give them, because I don't know, personally I put a lot of thought into gifts. I usually make gifts that, although like it's not a PS5 with something you make, it's just the fact that like if somebody gives you a gift, it's like they're putting some form of thought into it, and for you to just throw it away to say, oh, I'm being considerate of you because I used it to buy a ring for you.
Right.
But in general, I wouldn't be dating a man who would even do such a thing. Like, that's just dumb.
Dating a man who's that broke in the first place.
Yeah,
that might be.
Now, when you say dating a man that was that broke in the first place, you raise an interesting point. Can you explain that? Explore that a little bit. What makes you think this man is quote unquote broke in the first place?
Because if he
if you're flipping a PS5 that someone gifted you, then it's like, okay, clearly you don't have the money to be spending on a ring, apparently, if you can just, like, bro, that's a PS5. Most dudes I know would want to keep that PS5.
Exactly. Also, I want to be right back because I want to get off the desktop. I want to get on my phone.
Take your time. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's not like, if you can't afford a PS5, you can't afford a PS5. For you to, like, use the money, it's basically like you're buying your own ring. I don't know, just like, I don't know of many women who would want to have to buy their own ring. Like, this is different from like you both of you going to the store to choose a ring together.
Right.
This is literally like you indirectly bought your own ring that you had no consent on.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, were you going to propose otherwise? Like,
yeah, that's also true.
Hello?
All right, so Mike just showed up. Mike, hello, Mike. Mike says, I disagree, Liz. Man, Mike, I'm really interested, super interested to hear what you have to say about that. Thank you so much for coming. If you want to hop into the Discord, you're invited to do so, but if you want to type that out, that's perfectly fine. Why do you disagree with Liz and how? And while
I know where you live, Mike.
I feel like she does, and that should scare you.
I actually do. I have it saved.
Me too.
So, let me see. Because it was at 12:16 p.m. when Luna shared this tweet with me originally, or she shared with me one of the comments under the tweet, which is what you were talking about, Liz, is that the tweet itself is its own type of thing. It's the people's response and reactions to this tweet that really got to you, and I have to agree with that personally. So let me just read a tweet. I mean, I'll share the tweet link with y'all in the comments. It'll be in the description on YouTube. I'll put it in the what am I talking about? I'll put it in the chat so y'all can look at it if you want to. But just to read two tweets so y'all know I'm not lying here. This is what it says. Okay, so one person replies, quote, "She should be grateful her boyfriend loves her enough to do that. All these ungrateful females replying to this, y'all broke too. I don't see an issue. He's actually very caring. All he's thinking about is her. Y'all better go back and do eating car and walking dates. I'm JK with the little grimace emoji." That's the first tweet. The second retweet responding to that tweet as well is saying, "Queen, you're speaking facts. A king is greater than a ring. One is replaceable, another is not. Our kings already go through so much as men in the world. The least we can do is pay them back by buying ourselves nice things as independent women, taking the pressure off them." Crown emoji, heart emoji. So,
throw the whole man out.
I know y'all want to say so much. I don't want to assume the gender of the people who responded to this tweet, but I will say there's a man in the picture of one, and then the another one is a woman, but I think they might both be women, because I think the person in that first tweet, y'all just have to look at it yourselves. I'll actually share the tweet right now. But wow.
If I want to pay for my own ring, let me go to the store and pay for my own ring, not you inadvertently paying for my the indirect paying for the ring is what really pisses me off. Like, it's like somebody got you a gift, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sell that to like basically get her a gift. So you're getting someone the gift with their own money.
All right, so before you respond to that, because you're saying things that I feel like we really need to dive into. Mike is saying, "Sure, just tell me whatever you said and why I disagree." He says, "Hi to Luna." Ollie would like to say, "Liz is too smart for me to disagree, even if I was wrong." Good for you, Ollie. I'm glad you feel that way. Luna says, "Hey."
I don't agree with that.
Now. Phil has something to share. He says, "I think 1, I don't think I'd ever ask a significant other to buy me a PS5, number 1. Number 2, if she did, I would never sell it. It's hard for people to get one now as it is. And 3, yeah, he probably wasn't ready to propose if he had to flip a PS5 to get that ring." I like
exactly.
Not only do I disagree with that last clause, the way you worded it is hilarious. He had to flip a PS5 to get a ring. I think that's funny. Ashley, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying exactly. Like, I mean, I just feel like, why would you, especially with how hard PS5s are to get, why would you sell that to get your girl a ring? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, and then you expect her to be grateful for that. Like, I would be more pissed. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? I bought that. I had to deal with the hordes in order to get you that.
Yeah.
I worked hard for that, and you decide to just sell it willy-nilly for a fucking ring? Like, I don't know. Because there's more, technically, blood, sweat, and tears that went into it rather than just money.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, getting a PS5 currently is a struggle if you can even manage to get hands on one, and then for the person you're giving it to just sell it and go to Jared, like
or Bashinsky.
They didn't appreciate it. And
Every
I hate it
kiss
when
begins
people
with
don't
K.
appreciate gifts.
I haven't bought a ring in a long time. I don't know what ring stores or jewelers are still open, but yeah, I can imagine that a ring is probably easier to come by, or at least easier to find, than some loose PlayStation 5. But that's just how I feel.
Shows how unstable in your life you're currently at. Like, you're not stable enough in your life to like be getting married. Like, you shouldn't be getting married.
I agree with that.
Exactly. Now, why would I want to get married to someone that I had to buy a PS5 for?
Now, my question to y'all is, I guess it's not a question, more so point of contention here. It doesn't say that it's a proposal ring or a wedding ring. It just says that it's a ring. I personally also assumed that it was an engagement ring. But I just have to acknowledge with the rest of y'all, it technically doesn't say that it's an engagement ring. This could be some necklace pendant. It could be a gummy ring, could be a ring pop. Ain't no telling what it could be.
That kind of makes it worse.
Yeah, if it's not an engagement ring, it also kind of does make it worse. Because now you buy me something that I really didn't even need right now. But
honestly, if she can buy a PS5, there's a good chance she can buy herself that ring by herself.
I agree. Now, Ollie said also it might be a gummy ring. Mike is talking about the ring pop, a $500 ring pop that is absolutely crazy. Mike says, I don't like the idea of my significant other buying me a PS5. Mike, with that, we agree. And I think Mike was also agreeing with you.
Why not?
Mike also said
the idea.
Mike said, oh, hell no. Did that say she should buy her own ring? Yes, the tweet that I was reading did say that we should buy our things, our own whatever. But Luna says she thinks that both of those tweets, all three of these tweets actually, come from men. She described them as, quote, dusty broke hoteps, end quote. I don't necessarily disagree with that.
Pick me.
It could be pick-me's. Like, okay, she sent me the reason why I'm reading three tweets here.
Sure. I put it in our Twitter group, and I'm pretty sure that's how Luna said it too.
It probably is, because she sent me a tweet that was a response to this tweet. She said, and let me tell you how she described the tweet that I read, that third tweet. She said, let me see, what was it called? I gotta scroll back through our DMs. Whole bunch of, she says, quote, here pick Misha go again, end quote. So for those who don't know, if you're outside of the community, if you have not been formally invited to the cookout, a pick me is essentially what our community refers to as a woman who, what would you say, placates to the will of men. How would you describe it?
Men can be pick me too.
Men can be pick me.
It's basically anyone who lowers themselves for romantic attention of another person.
Now, right. But the reason why I specify it's generally referred to as women. Men have their own particular word for this now. We call it simping or whatever. Pick me generally automatically refers to a woman. I do acknowledge that it can refer to anyone of any gender entirely. But I think that when Luna first sent me this, I think she was inferring that it was a woman. But now going back onto it, I think she's also saying that it's a man. All three of these are men. And I think I agree. Like, I've gone back and forth. I'm not sure if it necessarily matters what gender they are, but I do think it is. I do think it matters if this is a man saying that we as women should buy ourselves things. I think that is a problem.
See, hand down.
I'm
what?
confused what she does. I'm like,
what? Uh-huh. Okay.
But yeah, like, we women should buy ourselves things. What makes you think she already does it? If she got money to buy a PS5, best believe she gave herself a nice dinner.
Yeah. Now, Luna would like to offer that she does not disagree with her buying him a PS5 because if she got the money and wanted to do something nice, why not?
Yeah.
But she does not like the idea of this dude going and flipping it for what we assume to be an engagement ring, but could be a ring of any type. Could be
even in my point of view right now, a PS5 is a better use of my money than a ring.
Being single. If you ain't got no significant other, a PS5 would serve you more than a ring.
No, even if I was in a relationship, that PS5 looks so good. Like, you know how many reviews I've watched? Like, yes, a PS5 is better use of my time and money even if I was in a relationship.
I feel that. And just so y'all know, we're recording
Propose to me with a PS5.
This is 11/18. What is that? November 18th. Let me see. When did the PS5... hold on, let me show y'all. PS5 release date. Just so I want y'all to know, the PS5 released on November 19th. Wait a minute.
What?
That's hold on, it ain't even November 19th yet. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. No. Okay. The PS5 cost and hit the store shelves on November 12th in the US, Canada, Japan, Mexico, Australia, and New Zealand and South Korea. The console launches in the rest of the world November 19th. Okay, I was so confused. I was like, hold the phone. But the PS5's been out for a week. It retails in the United States at $4.99 per console. People, they'll buy 8, 9, 10, 12 of these things and then sell them for
$3.99 for digital.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so the PS5 comes in 2 models, the digital and the non-digital. The digital one you can't put a disc in, basically, is what it's saying. I'm
horrified.
The reason why it's so hard to find is because a lot of people will buy a bunch of PS5s and then sell them for like above market value. Yeah, exactly. And so that's why it's extremely hard to get one, even on back order, pre-order, whatever kind of order you want to get. And so for you to be given a PS5, it's a gift of significant value, worth more than the $500 that it costs to purchase it. Personally,
to be honest, knowing PlayStation's supply chain, it's not even worth getting it on for more than it's actually cost.
Okay, so
it's really not worth it.
It's $449 for digital, and Ollie says that there's one on eBay for $2,000, 825 gigs of space. Like, what in God's name?
Ew.
825 is also such a random number.
That's so gross. Matter of fact, y'all want to
25 for all the bloatware.
Y'all want to look at it right now? How about this? I will hop on Google. I will show y'all my screen. I'm on Google right now looking for the PS5, and let's go shopping. Let's see how much a PS5 costs right now.
It's Mitch. Let's go shopping.
Hey, Switch is $300 at Walmart. I know Luna's been looking for it. $850. Why the hell on StockX? What is Stock? Holy shit!
Wait, no.
$1,800.
Wait, pause. Are you saying that the Switch was $800, or are you talking about the PS5?
PS5 is $850 and $1,800.
Okay.
But Luna, who wants to buy a Switch, there's one at Walmart, at whatever Walmart I'm near, that I'm not going to tell y'all where I am. There's one for $2.99. It comes with Animal Crossing. That's cute. Anyway.
No, it doesn't. It's probably the Animal Crossing skin. Don't get it twisted.
You telling me this don't come with?
No, it's just a limited edition Animal Crossing, because that's the one I got, and I only got it because of the controllers, the Joy-Cons, because that colorway is so cute.
Edition special.
I'm probably gonna change the skin or change the plates for the dock, but it doesn't come with Animal Crossing.
All right.
So don't misadvertise.
Luna says she wants that one. Does not come with the game. Does come with the skin. If you want the game included, that looks like it's $560.
But they have there's another model of the Switch that's also $299 that comes with Mario Party, the game.
Ooh, I love Mario Party.
So if you care more about the color or you care more about the game.
Wait, is it Mario Kart or is it Mario Party?
Mario Party.
Mario Party's
So Ollie, for the viewers who watch this after the stream, Ollie is not from the United States. He's from Scotland. He says, quote, Walmart sell everything. I was impressed when I went there. Yeah, man. Walmart do stuff. But let me show y'all this Sony PlayStation 5 Digital Edition in-hand PS5 for $1,799.99 plus $11.99 for shipping. What the hell?
You can't even get free shipping at that price.
Also, wait a minute. Is this a stack of PS5s? What the shit? Hey, yo.
People use bots for pre-order so that they can get the PS5s. Because that also happened with that new graphics card that came out, the 3080s, 3090s, all of those. People use bots for that and then try to scalp it, which is insane.
I just don't know.
I don't know why they think it's gonna be on back order for that long. Like, China is not look down.
I'm oh god, the 3080. What's that? I'm confused. Like $1,000 for this thing? Like, Jesus Christ. I would hate for Google to now suddenly think that I'm in the market for this. When I get on Instagram, I'm gonna see an ad for a PS5, I swear to God. But this is ridiculous. Last one, free shipping. Jesus Christ.
Wait, how much is it? Because usually they inflate the price for the actual console and then be like, oh, yeah, free shipping.
$12.99. I mean, it's already well above price. It's already double the price. But this one is cheaper than the one I was just looking at. Man.
But you know, it could also be fake too, though. You have to watch out.
Exactly. You try to go buy a PlayStation 5 on eBay. You look in the box, it's a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 3 stapled together. I swear to God.
No.
I've been caught like that before.
gold.
It went for nothing that expensive, but I've been caught like that before.
eBay has gotten pretty good with the fakes though.
Now Macari, this one's for 1900 PS5. Oh, but it comes with Call of Duty Cold War, The Last of Us 2, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Demon Souls.
That's already like $200 right there.
Like that's a good bundle, but that price is offensive.
Right.
Bro, Mike said I wait a year for it, but I wait a decade. But I don't care. Shoot, this is why I own a PC, bro. I literally own a PlayStation. So that a PlayStation. I literally own a computer that I game on because we're technically off topic from Broke Boys here, but while we're on this little tangent, the reason why I game primarily on PC is because if you're just going by exclusives, I honestly believe the best exclusives will always be on PlayStation. They have been for a long time. Microsoft has just not been competing in that area outside of Halo. Personally, for me, my own personal opinion, that's
actually their number one selling games.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And so like the PlayStation, not only is it a good console, I think if you just go by the specs of the console, even if it edges out a little bit better than the Xbox One or the Xbox S and all this other stuff, people would still buy the Xbox because they're not going to spend, a couple extra $100, a couple dozen dollars or something like this just to get one more gigabyte of space or slightly better specs or whatnot. People are going to go to the console that they feel most comfortable with, and a lot of people have brand loyalty at this point when it comes to like Microsoft versus Sony. So I don't think that's what it is. I think the real selling point of the PS5 definitely has to do with the exclusive titles that they have. However, the reason that I play on PC is because the market for games on the computer is exponentially larger than on any platform ever, especially for stuff like Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? And so like, you want to talk about exclusives, of course the best AAA, titles are gonna be like Spider-Man Miles Morales and The Last of Us 2 and all that stuff. You can only get that with PlayStation, but like the entire indie market, like people who make games in 48 hours for like game jams, and then the itch.io and all that other stuff, all the community created content that you have on a computer, it's amazing. Also, the computer's not a multitasker. It's an entire media component. To be honest,
so that's actually
consoles have not been unitaskers for a couple generations, but still, there's a reason why I do this. What were you saying?
So I'm taking an operations management class, and one of our cases was actually about Xbox and kind of like understanding how the Xbox came to be and kind of like what happened between the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 that Microsoft changed to make. So in general, companies, Sony, Microsoft, they don't make money off consoles. They lose money off consoles. Building them, they lose money. So the money they make as, their gaming departments come all from games. And the reason why it's unlike PC, where you can find tons of indie Microsoft PC games, it's not like that for the Xbox or the PlayStation because it's really not worth their money. Instead of making tons of spotty games that kind of work okay, which you will find a lot in PC, which is like there's just tons of games, a lot of it's mediocre. You won't really find that for actual games for consoles. Console games actually go through a lot more development to make sure that they're worth their cost because console games are usually more expensive. Like Miles Morales costs $50. Like
or $60.
It's not gonna go on
$59.99.
Oh no, it's $49.99.
Really?
Well, maybe that's digital.
I don't know if Miles Morales is, but yeah, the standard price for a AAA title for a console is $59.99. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like it's just so much more expensive, and they're making money off those games that they want to put a lot more development into it versus having a huge catalog of games just available. So it's just like they're targeting two different markets. With like Microsoft being a PC company as well, they target two different companies, so they don't actually have to make all their money off of the Xbox. They make a lot of money off PC as well, which Sony doesn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
and
so they don't have to meet as high of a profit goal with the Xbox that Sony does with their PlayStation.
Because they have an alternative route to making money. Now Sony. Yep. Now when we're talking about Sony and the PlayStation, we're talking about one particular division of the company of Sony. Because Sony, the way that Microsoft owns the division of Xbox, digital entertainment and Windows. Sony also owns, you know, Spider-Man. They have an entire film division, you know what I'm saying? And so these companies are very complex in their different various streams of revenue. But what you're saying does make a whole lot of sense, honestly. And Phil actually had something he wanted to add. He said originally that might change with the Bethesda purchase alongside the other studio acquisitions. He was referring to the market on exclusive titles and whatnot. And also, honestly, Microsoft is trying to integrate the PC and Xbox market in a certain sense. Their selling point is Game Pass, and it's on both, and that's why they're focusing on their game service instead of having to sell consoles, which again,
Microsoft was the first to do that too.
Yeah, and like, if it's not like a brand new console, like a brand new generation of console, a lot of the things that make a lot of money for these extremely expensive, like these games that are super expensive to make, is, you know, the aftermarket purchases. Like, you buy the game, but then you buy a whole bunch of DLC, a whole bunch of add-ons, extra missions, extra skins for your character, yada yada yada, and things like that.
Xbox Live versus PlayStation Live.
Exactly. That's why games like Destiny and Fortnite are free to play. Because if you really want to get into the stuff, you're going to spend a whole lot of money for it. As a matter of fact, the highest profiting title in all of fiction, Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 5, they broke that record earlier this year. They have made, let me see how much money they've made. Let me look up a number for you. But they've made more than any movie, any game, all of that. Period. Any work of fiction ever, they have made more money than that. And it is because GTA Online is a massive cash cow. They spend the money, they made the game, you buy the game, but then you spend gobs of money buying in-game money and features and vehicles and weapons and yada yada yada. All this to say, the gaming industry, booming as it is, the PlayStation 5 is hard to come by, so you're an asshole if somebody gifts it to you and then you sell it for a ring. It's just crazy. That's all I gotta say. All I gotta say. Except that's not all I gotta say. How much money has GTA 5 made?
Said why he disagrees with me.
$6 billion. Jesus Christ. $6 billion for a game? Jesus Christ. Oh, what you said about Mike disagreeing with you?
He never said why he disagreed with me.
I don't think he did.
I want a rebuttal.
I'm not sure if he misspoke or if I misinterpreted his opinion, but I don't think he was disagreeing with you, actually. He was actually saying how he didn't want somebody buying that game, buying a PS5 for him, and how it's crazy to use it on an engagement ring and yada yada yada. He was pretty much saying the same stuff we said. Oh, bye, Ashley. I just realized she left. You can buy a lot of PS5s with that. And yeah, with $6 billion, you can probably make a healthy sum of purchases. I would.
Why did I want to make another GTA? You're still making money, so what's the point?
Exactly. Like, yes, everybody's gonna get the freaking GTA. Like, I'm gonna buy GTA 6 the day it comes, obviously. But then the more I play GTA 6, the less I might play GTA 5. You know what I'm saying? There's only so many hours in a day. You know what I'm saying?
Surprised that Spider-Man Miles Morales came out so quickly, because Spider-Man was popular.
God, yes.
Like, they could have kept still selling that game for at least another year before Miles Morales came out.
Shoot, yeah, they could have took their time. But they capitalized on the fact that everybody at the house and was like, look, man, we dropping this game and this console at the same time. Let's bust it out. Good God. Ooh, the highest bid for right now for PlayStation 5 Blu-ray edition console is $855. The lowest ask is $860. Interesting. So it's $5 away from the asking price. Is everybody still at the house though? I mean, the new lockdowns just got issued today. I'm talking about in some places in the country, gyms and restaurants are closing down this Friday.
Yep, that happened to me. Bruh, Georgia is the only place that isn't closed down.
And North Dakota, or was it South Dakota? Georgia and South Dakota, man, we stuck in limbo. That's what's up with us.
Oh,
yeah, Luna. There are new lockdowns happening all across the country. Yes, again, this is off topic. I mean, we've been talking about politics for 8 months now, but just so people understand this, these like lockdowns are not something, they're really not at the behest of a president. these are state level things. So a governor can demand that certain businesses be closed. They can also enforce curfews and things like that. Well, really, it would be like the governor says, if you own this type of business or that type of business, you can't be open, or you can't open or have this level degree of operations or whatever. So like if I'm the governor of Georgia and I'm like, you can have a gym, but you can't be open 24/7. You can only be open from this hour to that hour. You have to close at this point, go home or whatever. And then if you're a local government, you know, a county or a city, then you use local law enforcement to enforce a curfew. After 9 p.m., you know, be in your house, or, you know, you might get a fine. You might be stopped and be like, hey, what are you doing out? Oh, you work at a hospital? Go ahead, do whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Basically to discourage people from being around other people. But people think that when they think of a lockdown, they think president's gonna be rolling tanks into people's neighborhoods and shooting folks on sight if they're outside when the sun is up. That's not how this works. That's just honestly not how it works. There are new lockdowns across the country. If you're not in the state where a lockdown is being imposed, it legitimately will not affect you. Or it may affect you because that's how diseases work. But yeah, it's not like the whole nation does the whole thing at once. That's never been how it's worked, which is why we're still in a pandemic, because that's not how it works. But I digress. Yeah, broke men, canceled or are they forgiven? Canceled, we all agree? Cool, thanks.
Canceled. I can't date people who are broke or people who can't save money.
Now, let me ask you something, Liz. Ashley said something before she left at the onset of this conversation. She was saying, not to be materialistic, but I can't see myself dating a broke man. Now, I don't want history to misremember her. I want you all to explain, well, not gonna ask you to speak for her, but if you were, I believe you all share these type of opinions. Why is it not only a good thing to not want to date somebody who is broke? Again, we're not trying to be classist here or anything, but like, why is it perfectly okay to have that mindset?
I don't want to jump in first, but I do want to jump in on this conversation. So
good.
If anyone first,
go first. Go first. I want to hear your opinion.
Okay, I agree. I'm not dating anybody that's broke, but it's not just broke though. It's broke with no potential, with no mindset. That's
purpose.
You're broke. Like, you're broke and you're okay being broke. That's the type of broke I'm not. Like, I get it. I don't have a lot of money right now. I'm in grad school, but you know, if you're in grad school and you don't have that much money, okay, that's fine. But if you're broke and you're working like at a dead-end job, that's not okay with me, because then you're okay being broke. You've accepted your brokenness, and that's not okay.
Okay. Anyone else wants to share?
Something along those lines. Like, if a person is, like, there's just being, like, broke, and it's like, oh, yeah, I'm broke, and that is my lifestyle, versus being, like, I'm broke for the moment, but I'm actively working to be in a position where I am not broke. Those things would be different. And I like to, myself personally, in gamer terms, I am not a carry unit. I need someone who's going to pull their weight, so to speak.
I like that. Real quick, add Luna's opinions, because you know she always has a lot of them. Luna says, exactly, I'm not gonna date a broke boy with no intentions to not be broke. Retweet. Now, Liz?
Yeah, I agree with that. And also to expand the fact on someone who's not able to save, like I haven't, not in my life yet, had made a significant amount of money, but I know how to save money. And you meet a lot of people who do not know how to save money. Mm-hmm. So they are continuously broke because they have no concept of how to save money or how to track their money efficiently. And that also frustrates me, because like there are people who make $70,000 a year but have no savings. How is that possible? Like, especially if you're living by yourself, like. So yeah, it's like dating someone with no money and no sense of purpose, and or dating someone who has money but just doesn't know how to handle money. Like, I don't want to have to teach someone how to handle money, because that means you can never trust them with your money. Like. And that's already a case in point of like just discourse in a relationship. I just like it's gonna happen. It's a common reason for divorce in the U.S. So like, money is such an important topic, and like, it's not even worth your time to date someone where you guys are not on the same page about money.
Now, I want to try to, as as every asshole in the classroom has to be. Gotta play devil's advocate here. Before I do that though, I would like to say in defense of materialism, I feel like it's important that people understand that, you know, a marriage is, and this is, I'm strictly talking about marriage, especially right now. A marriage, a civil union between two people, is more than just a piece of paper that says we're in love. You know, you get your finances intertwined. You're legally conjoined, more or less. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of consequences to being married to someone, and your financial well-being is tied to theirs. And so I guess, and that's for marriage, but it can also apply definitely for a relationship. I guess in defense of materialism, I mean, you don't even have to say it like, it's not that I don't like being with broke people. It's just that, you know, I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't have a purpose in life and isn't going anywhere. Yeah, you can spin it that way if you want to, but like there is a reason, a very legitimate material reason why you want to be with someone with means. Not that people who don't have means are less worthy by any stretch of the imagination, but there is a certain time and place for a certain type of person in your life. And I would like for you all to explain as explicitly as possible why you're looking for a certain type of person who has it, let's just say, got it a certain type of way.
Okay. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, my voice. Mm-hmm. I want to say something that my mother has always told me, and I don't listen to a lot of things my mom says. I took this to heart when she's told me that I should not marry somebody that has debt, because that debt can still, like, it can go under your name if something happens to them. That struck a chord within me. I don't have any debt, none, zippo. I realize I am very blessed to have that. I am sorry. I am not marrying somebody with thousands of dollars in student loans. That's not going to happen. I get that you have that mindset that you're not going to pay them back. Great, wonderful. We don't ever have to get married, because I promise you that debt is going to die along with you. I don't want
you said thousands of dollars. You mean hundreds of thousands of dollars? Because thousands of dollars of debt.
That's pretty. Those are rookie numbers.
Okay, well listen, and we don't have to get married until you pay $1,000 of debt. If it's only $1,000, we don't got to get married until you pay them. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not, like, if you have a lot of debt, if you have honestly over $5,000 in debt, we may not have to get married. Like, if you have a house and that's your debt, that's different. But if you have like credit card bills, student loans,
someone who's not able to. Okay, I understand what you're saying now.
Mike says, "Okay, miss, I don't have student loan debt." We ain't as lucky as you, Darielle. Yeah, for real. Sorry. And she acknowledges that.
I recognize the privilege. I'm sorry, but it's not gonna happen over here.
And I think I'm not gonna act like that's not okay. I think that's okay, in my opinion. I'll explain why later. But matter of fact, doesn't like educational boys. Okay, so let's just let Liz. I'll let Liz speak first. Liz and Wynn speak before I say my little thing.
About, just saying you don't want to date a broke person.
Yeah, like with as little spin as possible. I just want you to just straight out, as explicitly as you can. Why don't you date someone of a certain, not class, but someone without certain means in a certain financial situation? Why, just as outright as you can say it, why?
Like, okay, anyone who knows me well knows that, like, even though I don't make a lot of money, I still like if I'm gonna buy something, I'm not typically one to go for the cheapest item. And that comes being able to buy something that's more expensive because I know it's gonna last longer, it's more worth the money. I can do that because I have money management.
Yes.
Like, if you don't have money management, you can't do things like that. You buy the cheapest thing, you just buy a lot of things, and you realize that it's actually costing you more money in the long run. So yeah, it's not really that you're broke, it's the fact that you have no money management. That's literally what I would say to someone if I was breaking up with them. It's not really that they're broke, it's the fact that they have no money management. That's really the problem with me. I cannot deal with someone without money management. I'm also coming from a point of view of, like, I've lived pretty middle class, upper middle class. Even in Nigeria, like, we were upper middle class. So, like, that's my background in terms of money. Like, if I ever ran into a problem, I know my parents would be able to save me, which I know is also a privilege in its own way.
So now Mike said, I understand the certain financial situation, but you can't be like, you got debt, ... I'ma head out. I don't know if that's what she meant, but that's interesting.
I'm not saying
that. Oh, wait. Are you talking about Darielle or me?
Darielle.
Okay. I'm not saying I won't be in a relationship with you if you have debt. I'm saying we're not getting married if you have that much debt. I'm not attaching my name to yours legally if we have debt. We can still be in a relationship. That's cool. That's fine. I'm not putting my name on a marriage certificate or a marriage license or whatever, sending it to the state, and then letting that be recognized on the court. So if you die, your hundreds of thousands of debt or whatever gets transferred onto my name.
And Ollie, I can't speak for Darielle. Ollie says, Darielle, bro, I ain't broke, but I'm still in debt, so I'm not marriage material in Darcy's eyes. I will say, I can't speak for her, but I think that's a misrepresentation of her opinion. It's not that you aren't worth marrying, it's that you're not ready to be married, especially by Darielle.
Which is understandable, like, especially with credit card debt. Let's again, okay, student loan debt is a separate entity because, like, student loan debt and, like, at our age is, like, pretty common. But, like, when it comes to, like, credit card debt and once again, not having any money management, that's, like, I have never had, like, over $1,000 in credit card debt. Like, the only thing I've ever had that is when I move and, like, I buy a lot of stuff, like, just at once, but I still pay it off within, like, 3 months. But, like, when people tell me they have, like, $10,000 in credit card debt, I'm like, they only, like, I'm, like, that's just, like, how did that happen? Did you not see the number going up?
Yeah, also, Luna asked a question. She says, what happens, like, the student loan debt transfer to the spouse if you die. According to the U.S. Department of Education, if it's federal student loan debt, like it's student loan debt from the government, it is canceled upon death. But that does not account for private student loans. So if you go to like Sallie Mae or some bank or something to get a student loan debt, I mean, it depends. You know, it really just depends on who it goes to.
I think most people, well, I don't want to say, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of people go through private. So they'll go through Sallie Mae or they'll go through their bank, like their parents' bank or something, especially if you're like 18, then they'll go through their parents' bank. But I want to say if you go through like, so if you went through UGA and took out a loan, I think, doesn't that go through the government? I'm not sure.
Yeah, why would people be getting a separate loan, like at 18? What are they getting a loan for?
At what?
Like, so there, you mentioned before, like, okay, educational loans are typically federal government based, and like, there's usually a max for that, but a lot of people don't actually reach that max, and like, not go through the government.
What's the question?
You mentioned, huh?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
So like, I'm confused too.
All right, so when it comes to student loans, public student loans from the federal government, those are erased when you die. Private student loans, it depends entirely on the lender. Certain banks will pass it on to your spouse. Sometimes they might get canceled. Sometimes, it might go to the next of kin if you're not married or whatnot. It depends on the policies of that individual financial institution. All right, who's watching my stream? Also, I put a link in the chat if y'all want to see. It's from ABC News. So if you're interested in finding that, I'm gonna add that note so I can put it in the VOD later. Yeah, man. I think I don't know what I'm trying to say. I used to be I used to have a very different opinion about the banner, in that originally, before Luna changed my mind, I guess I'll give her credit where credit's due. Before Luna changed my mind, I thought it was kind of materialistic, and I thought it was problematic for people to date based off wealth or anything. I thought it was extremely classist, but I don't see it that way anymore. At this point now, I kind of see it as like almost necessary, like smart for your own personal behalf, especially.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I mean, it's like, and this is not just about, marrying someone with debt, even dating someone, with a certain amounts of money and means and everything. I'm not looking to date somebody who's wealthy, but again, we can't talk about this and not explore the fact that it is a very gendered topic. You know, there is a different amount of expectations depending on if you're a man or a woman or everything like that. And so it means something different for a woman dating a man with no money as opposed to a man dating a woman with no money. Very different realities in our particular portion of, you know, cultural zeitgeist. Different realities for us, essentially. And so the way I was coming from is like, I have no problem dating a woman who's rich or a woman who's poor. Won't affect how I enjoy her or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I had a very, you know, male dominated opinion on the matter. For women, if they're especially taught and in this point expected to be provided for or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden they have to provide for themselves in the issue, but the idea that they have to be, they're providing for the person who is supposed to be the provider, you know what I'm saying? It's like women already don't get paid as much as men. Women already can't walk home at night. Now on top of that, now they gotta pay for they, you know, man. Like I stopped looking at men as being, my opinion went from being like men with no money to like the literal broke, dusty archetype, which I know is now very stereotypical. It is not that complex. It is not that inclusive of a lot of different nuance for people's financial situations. But that's how I see it now. Because I now understand it from a woman's perspective, is that if you are taught that this man, that you're a partner, and this is, you know, very heteronormative situation here. If you are taught that a man is supposed to be your provider and now you're providing for him and you, in this situation from Twitter, you bought your own engagement ring, I can understand how that can be more than off-putting.
This also comes with like, you should be dating people who fit your lifestyle. Like, stop dating people that don't fit your lifestyle and then expecting them to conform to your lifestyle. Like, if you know, like, the girl wants someone who's going to be a provider and you're not a provider, don't date her. Like, I'm confused on why people would waste their time knowing what their situation is, like, knowing what they want in a relationship. Like, I believe in being very direct for, like, relationships. I don't think, like, there's really not that much time in the day for me to be wasting on something I do not see any future in.
Yeah, I have this opinion. I feel like, hold on one second. Let me reply to Luna real quick.
Oh, what are we eating? Dark stuff.
Oh man, I made some kimchi fried rice, some salmon, and some okra.
All right.
You mix in all the countries.
Yep, pretty much.
Now, I also have, me and Luna, we both of us are limited, thankfully, to public loans from the federal government. So yes, if I come up missing, just know that I may or may not actually be dead. Like, who I am, the person, the government name that you know me by, yeah, that person might be legally dead. But if you see me on the street, mind your business. That's all I gotta say. Look the other way. Don't worry about me. I got me. Also, Luna says that sounds delicious, Darsta.
I'm sure you got to pick.
Oh, show us. Also, so I feel like, and this can apply to social issues in general, but I feel like we have hit a different extreme on a sliding scale of the priorities and values that we place in marriage. I feel like for so much of human history, marriage has been strictly a business transaction. A man selling his daughter to some man for, I don't know, land or money. Dope. I don't know. Yeah, could be. You know, it's been strictly power, you know, elevated class status. It's been strictly a financial transaction. But then you could say that at some point in the not too distant past, it went the extreme of the other way, where marriage is exclusively about marry who you want, regardless of what they have or what they can do for you. Marry somebody that you like.
Exclusively. I wouldn't say exclusively.
No, what I'm saying is that, like, I'm not saying that's where we are now. I'm saying that there was a time in the not too distant future, and it could be right now, it could still be right now, where that's where a lot, especially young people, went, where their generation, their parents' generation, was like, marry somebody who will, you know, not beat you, but also has a lot of money. And then in rebellion, they were like, no, I'm gonna marry somebody I think is cute, that I'm in love with. I don't care what they have or what they can do for me. I just want to marry somebody I like. And now I feel like we're trying to get back to that medium, where it's like, you can marry somebody that you're in love with, who also happens to not be a drain on you emotionally, physically, financially, and other ways. You know what I'm saying? I feel like society in general is a constant push and pull, a swaying of the tides between that conservatism traditions and those liberal rebellions.
Yeah.
I definitely think growing up, kids should be taught that. I mean, obviously, you should marry somebody you actually love. But I don't know. I appreciate my mother for telling me at a very young age. I mean, she told me very early on, don't marry somebody that isn't a whole lot of debt. And my mom, she used to show me numbers. Like, she used to show me her checkbook and all that kind of stuff.
Numbers?
Obviously, as a kid, I couldn't conceptualize it. It was only a number, but
right.
I appreciate her for that, putting that in my head at a very early age. Because now, at 24, I do feel like I recognize how important it is to not just marry somebody. I mean, like I said, I want to make this point too. You do not have to get married to still be in a relationship with somebody. You can be in a long-term relationship and just get married.
Indeed.
Which is fine.
I want everybody who ever watches this. This is not an official endorsement of marriage. It might almost be the opposite. It literally might almost be the opposite. You definitely.
A lot of people on Twitter don't recognize that. They're like, oh yeah, like the joke that you don't have to be 100% committed to someone unless you're married. I'm like, first of all, I don't want to be friends with people who think like that because that's just, I don't know.
Can you say that again? Say it one more time, Liz.
So there's this running joke on Twitter on that you don't have to be 100% committed to someone until you're married.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's like, no, really? Like, that is a mentality of a lot of people, which is why, like, although we still be like, if you're in a relationship with someone, you're still committed to that person, whether or not you're married or not.
Right.
Like, marriage is just a license. Like, marriage has tax benefits, but I hope to get enough money in the future where I don't need the tax benefit, if I'm being honest here.
Yeah, personally, I feel like you should treat your spouse as if they are your spouse long before you decide, but long before you are officially their spouse.
So yeah, like I'm also one of those people that supports living together before you get married. So that also, like, at that point, you have no choice but to recognize the finances of the other person.
I agree. I agree with that. I think that's such a notion that I know my parents, my mother, she would not be okay with me living with a man before we're married. Well, I don't say she wouldn't be okay. She'll get over it, but like I feel like she wouldn't want me to. But it's just kind of like, I don't know. I love living by myself. It's probably the best thing I've ever done in my life. Mm-hmm. And if I'm going to invite a man into my area, I need to see how you live first.
Right.
And I don't mean I need to see it more than just, you coming over here once a night or once a week or something. I want to see how you live from day to day. When you have to go to work, do you leave the bathroom a mess? Do you leave the pots on the stove? Do you leave the door unlocked? I don't know, just weird stuff. Like, I need to see what you do. Mm-hmm. And to see if my life is going to fit into that. And if it doesn't, then we may not have to get married. We may have to break up.
Yeah, because, like, first off, I mean, it's going to be a rocky ass relationship if y'all get married, never living together. That first time when y'all first move in, going to be hell. Like, it's better that y'all go through that and either end it or work it out before y'all say we living together. Because at that point, you get married as a formality. You get married because you want a ring and you want a wedding. You get married because you want to eat some wedding cake at that point. But, like, you already know you in love. You already know you're going to work to get each other out. You know what I'm saying? Do that stuff before you commit your life to this other person. That's just how I feel.
I agree.
All right, so, and Ollie says, am I the only one who actually wants to get married and have kids? Definitely not. As a matter of fact, a majority of people in this conversation want to get married and have kids. We just all acknowledge that. I'm not saying all of y'all. I'm not saying all of y'all now. Don't let me speak for you. I'm just saying a majority of people not in this conversation, like on Discord, but like in this conversation on Twitch, Discord, whatever. Everybody listening to this, a lot of people listening to this, a lot of us want to get married and have kids. We just acknowledge that it is not a requirement to be an entire person that we reproduce and also commit our life to another person on a piece of paper. That's a part of our plan, but it is not a part of the plan that can easily, it's part of the plan that can be changed. You know what I'm saying? I have not committed until I have kids and a wife. I have not committed to having kids and a wife. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I feel like you shouldn't rush it either. If you want to get married, like I know there are some people that come to college just to find their husband or their significant other, and that's awesome. Do you? If you found them, great. I'm glad you came to college and did what you wanted to do, but I didn't. I came to college to get my education so I can try and make my family rich.
And I didn't understand that at all until I went to UGA. I didn't know that was a thing until I went to UGA. I was like,
hey, me neither. But then I also didn't realize that people had so much money that they can afford to do that. So
yeah, go to college for a spouse, boy. Did any of y'all go to college with the expectation of finding a mate by chance? Because all 4 of us went to the same school.
I did not, because like I had dreams of leaving Georgia when I went to college. I was like, this is my opportunity to, I don't know, I've always had an international point of view about what I wanted to do with my life. That's why I kind of like about the kids part, because like I've never in my life, in our entire life, not once have I said I wanted kids. Not that I'm opposed to having kids. It's just like me compared to my other 3 siblings who have a fortitude for having kids. I just like, it's just never been something I've thought about. And like, I know my mom would be very upset about it. Like I told her this once and she was like upset. Like it's just something I never thought about. So it's like when I went to college, I was like me, like if I were in a relationship, cool. But like I knew I was not gonna get married out of college. Because I was like, yeah, I need to be able to just do me and be super selfish for a moment. Because that's not really an opportunity I feel like I would have had in Nigeria. Like just to be as a woman, do whatever I want to do. So I was so excited to do that when I went to college. That it's like finding out that people went to college to do the exact opposite instead of like making an independent stance. Like, oh no, they still can. Like they went to college with the mentality of like equalizing, like connecting themselves with another person.
That's why I didn't realize like the sororities and fraternities. You know the ones. Not
Terry,
all ones,
Terry College of Business at the University of Georgia.
Ooh, okay, yeah, sure, that too. But yeah, like these sororities and fraternities, they literally are matchmakers. They have these brother and sister fraternities, which sounds disgusting when you think about it. Like you're a brother fraternity to this sorority, and these are the people that you're supposed to date, but you call them your brother fraternity.
You know.
That sounds a little crazy.
Hate
but anyway.
yourself.
Also, and not to cut you off, but also that they have auctions for these people, and
auction.
I could raise the concern to Greek organizations that is kind of weird and kind of strange in 2020, not to just have an auction for women, but also to have auctions for people of color for dates. But they wouldn't hear it. They not hearing it is all I can say.
I'll tell you learn so much. If you go on GreekRank.com and you go to UGA, well, you can go to any school, but yeah, anyways, if you go to Greek Rank, you can learn so much about these sororities and fraternities and the things that they do. And I didn't realize like how much of a big deal it is to them to get a bid. Is that what it's called? A bid?
Yeah, a bid.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like how big of a deal it is to them.
Like,
and I remember when
families are associated. That's why.
Yeah, because legacies.
Yep.
Yeah, but when I was my freshman year and I was living on a floor, probably like, I don't know, 60 girls, and you know, me and my roommate, and they were like, I don't know, four other girls that were black, and then everybody else was white, and most of them rushed. They, you know, went out for sorority and fraternity, they went out for a sorority, and girls were crying, like they were crying in tears if they didn't get a bid. And I'm like, wow, this means this much to you all. And I know I probably sound insensitive because I just don't get it, but it's just like you really based your entire college experience off of fitting in with a sorority that doesn't. That sounds rude. I'm not gonna say that, but you
say it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say it. You base your entire college experience off of trying to get into a sorority that doesn't want you, and it's just, if they don't want you, they don't want you, and you just gotta take the punch. You know, it is what it is, and maybe it probably saved you some grief in the long run because it's just like cults, but teach their own.
Now, I feel like we should discuss the very key differences between traditionally black and let's just say non-black fraternities. So
no, I really do think you should include other Indian sororities and Hispanic sorority in that group. Actually. Like when you say, so I don't want people to assume just white. Like I include the other groups too.
Yeah, and now, National Pan-Hellenic Conference and National Pan-Hellenic Council. You have things like the Divine Nine, and then you have things like very traditional Greek organizations. Basically, there is a huge difference between traditionally black Greek letter organizations, often referred to as the Divine Nine, the National Pan-Hellenic Council, and everything else. Everything else being different things. Like there are service fraternities that are co-ed. There are, quote unquote traditional or normal, like National Pan-Hellenic Conference. Those are a different thing in general. If I'm actually looking at, I'm on Reddit right now. This is in the subreddit Frat, r/Frat. I hate the way this question is introduced. Generally, I very much hate it. It's actually kind of racist, but it says, what's the difference between what's the difference between black fraternities and regular fraternities? Regular, obviously meaning white, obviously. I'll just add this to the long list of notes I gotta add for this episode. But anyway, yeah, that's the way it introduced. There are a lot of differences, and I myself have never been in a Greek letter organization of any sort. My family has, though. As a matter of fact, my sister's an AKA. She's in the same, one of the Divine Nine, she's in the same black Greek letter organization that Vice President-elect Kamala Harris was in when she was at Howard University. And so the way that it's been explained to me, and the differences that I have noticed at my school, at my alma mater, the University of Georgia, for a lot of the women in these predominantly female sororities, right? Before their first day of classes, you have committed to a Greek organization. I have never seen a black person. I've never seen a person of, not person of color, a black person. I've never seen a black person at like an HBCU, a historically black college or university. I've never seen them ever be a member of an organization before at least their second year of college. I've never seen that happen. Also, it's an extremely secretive process. Like when you are, for white people, they call it rushing. For black organizations, I can't remember what it's called, but like when you're a pledge or whatever, like nobody's supposed to know about it. Nobody's supposed to know that you're even doing this. A lot of times, of course, it slips out when you missing every meeting at 10 o'clock at night all the time or whatever. But like when you're trying to get into an organization for these black fraternities, nobody's supposed to know, and you commit to one. You commit to one. You put all of your energy, all of your time and effort into that one organization. If you get in, wonderful. If you don't, that's a shame. Try again another time. But for what I've seen at the PWI that I went to at UGA, you basically have a bunch of choices, and you get a list of choices, the organizations get a list of choices, and you just hope those choices match up, and thankfully you will be somewhere. But it's a very public process. I'm talking about armies of women, like in rush week, which is the week before the first day of class at UGA. Hundreds of college women, freshmen who have just been on campus, have not taken their first college class yet. They're, running around sorority row and everything and going to different activities, and it looks like a whole bunch of fun. It's very exciting and everything. But everybody knows, like you're posting about it on Facebook, Instagram all the time. Everybody knows every single step of the process. That's kind of the point. It is the exact opposite when it comes to black Greek-led organizations.
I just thought about something.
Oh, go ahead, Liz.
That's a different subject. I want to discuss why in the black sororities do they straighten girls' hair still during the probate?
That's a big oof.
I think it's a chapter thing, because not every chapter does that. Okay. I don't know why. I guess maybe it's just tradition, but I think it's a chapter thing, because I have definitely seen even some of the AKAs, they didn't, so at some schools. So I think it's a chapter thing, but also it's probably a tradition for the actual sorority.
But it's like, why do they still do it?
Yeah, it could be organization specific, could be chapter specific.
Also, one thing about it though, I guess it doesn't bother me just because you don't have to pledge. And it's like, if any of that bothers you, then I wouldn't pledge.
For sure.
I mean, yeah. So like, I don't think it's like that big of a deal to them, because at the end of the day, they want to be whatever they want to be. So they'll do it. But if you don't want to straighten your hair, if you don't want to participate in any of the programs, you don't have to partake in any of it. You can just be a GDI.
Yeah, and we should acknowledge if there are any people who know more about this than we do, anybody who's ever been in an organization, anybody who's ever, I don't know somebody, live with somebody. I know Mike lived with somebody who was in the org. My roommate was in a frat my freshman year. You know, if y'all have anything that you like any information, any insight whatsoever, by all means, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below if you're seeing this on YouTube, or if you're right here in the stream, go ahead and jump in the chat.
On YouTube?
Huh? We are not currently on YouTube, but I will download this VOD, edit it just a little bit, and then I'll put it on YouTube so people can go back and listen to the stuff we talk about.
I'm in a service sorority for like a semester.
Yeah, so was Luna, wasn't she? She was in one of them.
Oh, she was basically a not really black one, but actually kind of black one.
Maybe yo. Yeah,
let me see. Hi, I'm normal. Not much of a comment. Yeah, the fact that they even said normal, I can tell a person of not much color said that. I truly don't understand why black fraternity sororities weren't represented to the extent as other until I got further into college. Yeah, like black fraternities and sororities were huge for me, not as a child, but before I got to college, because my sister went to an HBCU. At some point we're gonna have to talk about that on stream. That's gonna be a long conversation about race and higher education. But I'm glad she went, and I'm okay that I didn't. But would I have gone to an HBCU? I absolutely would have. I absolutely would have loved to. I mean, I'm from the state of Georgia. We have a lot of truly historic, legendary HBCUs to choose from in the South. In America, we have so many. I mean, Howard, we got a goddamn ASU, Fort Valley, which is not. I know for Howard is not in Georgia. I'm just saying across the country, but in Georgia alone, we have so many. I'm talking about you got Clark, you got Morehouse, you got it's just a bunch. Then we got Tuskegee over where we got Bethune-Cookman down there. I mean, it's a whole bunch of different places across the country you could have gone. And there are plenty that I would have gone myself. I really only wanted to go to UGA. That was just the only choice for me.
I definitely told my mom that I wanted to go to Spelman at one point in time. And she said, that's wonderful. We're going to get the money from. And after she said that, then I lowered my standards and I went down to UGA. So there it was.
All right.
But those schools are expensive, and I can tell you that depending on where, I can tell you that ACU is not really the best, or AUC. Yeah, AUC. My mother particularly didn't want me over there, but not because of like the school. It's right next to my grandmother's house, and my mom, she was not going to send me over there.
What? Where was that?
It's just the area is not the best, but
okay.
Send me over there. But I mean, I honestly, looking back at it, I would have definitely went to a HBCU. I just wish they had more funding, and I wish people, me and Liz have this conversation all the time, but there definitely needs to be, when people want to donate to HBCUs, which is amazing, continue doing it. I just think they should donate to more than just Spelman, more than just House.
Yes.
Howard. Like, don't like FAMU. Isn't FAMU in Georgia? No, it's not.
Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University is not in the state of Georgia.
Really?
That is so funny. Thank you for mentioning that. I agree. It was like that same thing, back in June with George Floyd, during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement. There was an overabundant. What was that? What's that sound? Oh my God, Smecky! Oh my goodness! Hello, thank you so much. Oh wow, he just subscribed again. I love you, Smecky. How are you? It's been half a year. Yeah, back during that period of history, there was an overabundance of donations for one particular nonprofit that was in Minneapolis, and they were saying we appreciate all the help, but they're like on this list. Y'all remember that master Google, like that massive Google Doc of all the places you can petition, you can sign, places you can donate money. Everybody was donating to the one in Minneapolis, and then all these other places were getting ignored. They was like, we appreciate it, but like there are so many other places on this list where we need that money. We have beaten our goals exponentially. Please send your money somewhere else. That's how it is for a lot of HBCUs, where they go to Atlanta, drop some money there, and then never look anywhere else. Or they go to Howard up in DC.
They don't go to all of Atlanta. They go to Morehouse.
Morehouse, yeah. Not even like, they don't go to Clark. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They go to Morehouse, Spelman, Howard. Don't look anywhere else. Man.
Yeah. That's really unfortunate because like those schools will only accept a certain number of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like there are so many people that are in the HBCU system that are not being benefited by your donations to an HBCU. Did y'all? Go ahead.
I will say this though. Obviously, doesn't know what HBCU is. It's a historically black college or university. So basically, what UGA is, but it was founded for black people, for the advancement of black people.
Yeah, definitely.
Black segregation was a thing, and people didn't want black people at their school, so we created our own.
Yep.
And they still exist. But anyways, I was gonna say, oh man, I just took a screenshot. I was gonna say, I will say Morehouse. When people donate money to Morehouse, who was it recently that donated money and it ended up giving every med student there $100,000?
I always thought you were about to say that guy who donated to the HBCU that got charged for fraud or something, but what were you talking about?
I don't know, like recently somebody donated money to Morehouse and it ended up giving every single med student there $100,000 towards their education, of course. But
remember,
you say what now?
I don't remember. Yeah,
but you remember when that happened though, right?
Oh yeah, it happened. Yeah, this year.
Okay,
I know multiple people at med school in Morehouse. I know.
Yeah, like
how much you said? 100,000?
Yeah, it was $100,000.
It covered like 2 years of tuition.
Mm-hmm.
Was
and
it
so,
Michael? No, Michael Bloomberg is a different person. I'm looking this up.
Michael Bloomberg.
Oh no! It was a Morehouse medical student surprised with $100,000 each. This is from HBCUconnect.com. Let me see. Morehouse School of Medicine has been awarded $26.3 million from Bloomberg Philanthropy. So it was Michael Bloomberg.
Yeah, it was. Okay.
The charitable organization founded by entrepreneur and former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who earlier this year was running for president.
Yep. But I will say, like, the reason why I brought that up, I think stuff like that is dope. Continue doing stuff like that, you know, because I feel like black people are really never going to get anywhere if we continue making it so they have to pile on, you know, thousands of dollars in debt in order to advance themselves.
Yeah.
To the point where they never call out. Huh? What you say?
That's pretty common for med school.
Is it though?
Oh yeah, in med school
is expensive.
Don't nobody go to med school expecting to not be like, unless your parents are millionaires, everybody goes into med school with the expectation that they're gonna do that.
Oh, I thought you meant getting $100,000 was common.
Oh!
I was like, is it?
Child, you better stop, girl.
It's a med school debt part.
I get that though, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like in a time where black people are really trying to advance themselves, why not? I don't want to give them a head start, but I mean, like, we've been shackled for so long. Why not give them money so they don't have to call out with so much debt? They're still gonna have debt, but not so much more.
I know what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, it's like I definitely agree with all the with donating. It's just that, you know, expand the resources, give more people more opportunities.
Give more people more opportunities, especially.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, my mama got me on here shopping for a TV for my grandma.
It's not Black Friday yet, though.
This is absolutely.
The schools are different this year. Remember, there's no Black Friday, so sales have already started. They're expanding it.
Yeah, man.
They start like a week early anyway.
Can we talk about Black Friday? Can we talk about Black Friday?
Yes, and this year especially, bigger than any other year before it, Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday has already started too, because like since so many
Black Friday is Cyber Monday this year.
Yeah, or Cyber Month.
And when was Amazon Prime Day? Let me look that up.
Like in the middle of July, isn't it?
Typically, but they pushed it back this year.
Prime Day 2020 was October 13th and 14th.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird.
Prime Day is not that great. I feel like it's not.
Really not.
it's not geared towards electronics. I kind of understand because I mean it has its own separate day, but it's just like at this point you're asking for me to think about stuff that I need, which I can't unless I know going into it I need it. And then I don't know, like
for a great deal. I was
right,
very happy.
But that's good. But you knew you needed lotion, right?
No, I
You needed lotion.
You knew you were before you got on Amazon, right?
No, I wasn't. I saw the deal. I was like, I want to try this. Let me buy it.
But no, but really, I just feel like the stuff it's okay. I'm not moved on Amazon Prime Day.
I wasn't either until they gave me a coupon.
I think it's good to have a different type of sale. Like, you know, for us, it may not seem like a good opportunity, but like having a huge 40% sale off diapers is great for a mom.
I agree.
Like having a sale on like, not everyone needs electronics, so having deep discounts on general household things is actually a great sale to have. I agree. You know, a lot of people living in like areas that don't have great grocery stores. This is a great time of the year to stock up on stuff like that. And knowing that it happens every year now, it's like, how can I pre-plan this?
I think what I'm gonna call this VOD. I think when I put this on YouTube, I'm gonna call this. What am I gonna call this? Let me see what's. I'm gonna call this Black Money, Black Schools, and Black Friday. How y'all feel about that?
Nice.
I like it.
Thank y'all. Y'all stop being nice to me. Anyway, on blackenterprise.com, I'm looking at economic statistics for African Americans in America, obviously, because they're African American. What am I talking about? Anyway, now we talked about black money with this tweet here. We've talked about black schools with HBCUs and everything, and how that affects your financial whatnot. Black Friday is the last topic we definitely discovered, because I did promise a discussion on, at the very least in some degree, a cursory discussion on American holiday traditions. Let's explain to the people who are watching this, who may or may not be from America, what the heck is Black Friday?
I jumped in the gun, but Black Friday is actually found in
holiday.
It's found in other countries now too.
Okay,
Canada has it, UK has it.
Every holiday is the capitalism holiday. But let's just say for people outside of the West, you know, the Western Hemisphere, or the Northern Western Hemisphere, what is Black Friday, regardless of what country you're from? For the people who don't know what Black Friday is, what is Black Friday? Liz, take it away. I know you just did it. Go ahead. Let us know.
Black Friday is a day where like things usually more geared toward electronics, or I guess the general statement of electric products, go on deep discounts in a way. So it's like usually a huge day where like the stores are packed to the brim. People are pushing into apocalypse. And like, because people are trying to get that 99-inch TV that's usually $2,000 for $699.
Yes, ma'am.
For $699.
Magically, everybody just needs a TV around this time. Like, you didn't need a TV. You didn't need a TV last month, but somehow
for some reason,
always need a TV.
Everyone need a fat flat screen.
Seriously.
I think now would be a good time to show people some Black Friday kerfuffles.
Oh yeah.
So there's tons of folks going sale. It's a holiday. It's also like because it's like before Christmas, so people get a lot of those gifts for people during this time as well.
I'm trying to find the 10 worst Black Friday moments of all time. This is from Public Freakout videos on YouTube. I think this is what we have to do. I think the people need to know. They need to see what life is like in America when money is the game. So let me go ahead and show y'all this. Let me close out all 27 of my, I have so many tabs on right now. I'm reading The Economic State of Black America in 2020 by the Joint Economic Committee. Congressman Don Meyer, Vice Chair. This is from the Senate. But anyway, let me just show y'all this. Let me turn this music off real quick. I just want y'all to see this. This is what Black Friday, when I think of Black Friday, this is what I think of. This was November 2018. Let me show y'all something. All right. I'm gonna sit here and read this. Bro, it really do be this deep though. Actually, let me go ahead and I'm gonna share my screen in the Discord right now as well, so the people that I'm talking to can also see what it is I'm looking at. Here y'all go.
Oh Lord.
Go here. That way y'all can see it in real time. Y'all ready?
Mhm.
Wait, am I sharing that screen or am I sharing that window? Okay, we'll share the window. There we go. All right, can y'all still see it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go, Mike. Pre-COVID, that's what. Oh yeah, so we have to acknowledge it's gonna be very different or not existent. It's gonna be very different because of COVID. This is what it was like, you know, when we still had the flu and other diseases going around. This is what it was like. Bro, what? Hold on. What is that? She got 3 or something. What are those? Are those plates? Interesting.
I can't see.
I don't know what it is, but she sure got 3 of them.
And
At
definitely
least.
she doesn't need all 3.
I don't know. She might be buying the same gift for people. She might need all 3. Uh-oh. Violence. Bruh, is it that exclusive? Is that the only one they got at the store?
I don't know. This is pretty tame.
Bro, I remember when COVID first broke out, some dude got stabbed with a wine bottle over some water.
Oh yeah. Somebody got
Sam's
stabbed.
Club near my house.
Look up Mason Greenwood.
No, I'm thinking of the time someone got stabbed over the Popeye sandwich.
Oh, I remember that too. That was my favorite part of history.
Yeah.
That was the peak of human civilization. Also, quick pause. This is Mason Greenwood. That is who Ollie was talking about. This guy right here. Handsome looking fella. Anyway,
Yeah.
back to the bedlam.
Pull it.
Yeah, people are panic buying because it's winter.
That's
One tradition I have every Black Friday. So there's this company in the U.S. called Rooms to Go. Like every Black Friday, so they're a furniture store. So every Black Friday, they do a sale where it's like if you buy a $100 gift card, you get a $100 gift card for free. So basically, it means you get 50% off. So my mom would drag us to the 2 Rooms to Go every Black Friday. That was the only store I ever go
So
to
boring.
get these gift cards. Also, we also went to Brand Smart USA, and I hate that store because that store is so chaotic.
Brand Smart on Black Friday.
I'm gonna have to
It's
look that
so
up because I don't know what that
chaotic.
is. But Luna
We
said,
bought 20 curling irons. Why would
Bruh.
we buy 20?
Why?
We still have stuff in the house.
uh,
For gifts.
I thought that first off, all that tape that they're tearing, I thought those Halloween decorations, like cobwebs. But Luna said people are panic buying stuff again, and I was like, because it's winter, and she says no, because lockdown. Those two are the same thing, is what I'm saying. Because it's winter, because the weather's getting colder, and because COVID are spiking, those two are interrelated. And with the holiday season coming up, and people are going to be inside more and around other people, that's why we have to enforce these lockdowns, because COVID is about to reach an all-time high. I mean, COVID, we break a record for COVID every single day. Every single day it gets worse. And the fact that it's getting colder, the fact that it's getting winter in the holidays, that's going to make COVID become even worse. Hence, we have to start these lockdowns now to keep people from dying. So it's all the same thing is what I'm saying. Also, what's going on here? Why are people messaging me?
I will say also another Black Friday. But actually, it's like, so it was on Black Friday, but I wasn't in store. I was like coming back to Boston after Thanksgiving, so the actual day afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I was literally in the car, like, as soon as I got off the phone, I was refreshing the Walmart page time and time again because I wanted the Spider-Man PS4 bundle, and it was continuously selling out. I was like, I have to get this thing.
I know you didn't tell me about that, but why do I have a vague memory of, I feel like from Luna, of you going through this?
It was a stressful time because I was like, I'm gonna get this. Like, I was determined to get this bundle because $200 for the PS4 and the game, like, that was a great deal.
So Asteroid has a memory she wants to share with us. She says, the craziest I ever saw was at Old Navy or Dillard's when some ladies were fighting over those sweats that looked like pajama pants, quote, and in parentheses, both had no business wearing them. She says, no doubt they would wear them with Uggs and puffer jackets because that was the time period it was in. Look, man. Also, yeah, this is very tame. Where's the violence? Not that I want people to get hurt. Yeah. I'm just saying, this is... where's the bedlam? Like, I'm looking for, like, the crowds rushing in and people getting trampled. I don't want that to happen.
IKEA. That
Bro.
looks like IKEA.
Okay. How about this? What is the store that y'all would go for Black Friday deals and Black Friday bedlam and chaos outside of the normals? Like, not just Best Buy, not just Walmart, not just Target. Think outside the box.
Easy, Crate and Barrel.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
The plates are 75% off.
For Luna,
Let's
I know
go.
it'd be Bath and Body Works. For me, it'd be Bed Bath and Beyond. Let me see. What else we got? That was a good one. That was a good one, Liz. I like that one. Now, I feel you can't go to Walmart. No, matter of fact, it's not even Black Friday. It's a zombie apocalypse, my guy. Everybody's going to Walmart. You gonna go there, you either gonna get bit or shot.
Yeah, Crate and Barrel. They got food over there too. You didn't know that? They do. They got really fancy food.
Luna, you're such a liar. All right, so if let me think. Luna says no, not Bed Bath & Beyond. I completely disagree. She's lying. Let me see. Who has some good stuff? Who has some good stuff that she likes? What does she like?
Let me tell you where I would always go as a kid. So, I mean, I think most people know this, but if you don't, my parents were in the military, and there was this shop on the military base that, I mean, they had the best deals. Like, I'm talking about when I was a kid, you could get a PS2 for like, I don't know, 40% off. It was like they had the craziest deals. And I mean, you really can't act up too much because you're on a military base. So it's kind of like
they got guns.
Right. Like if you do, it's probably not going to end well. But I can vividly remember people diving for some pots and pans. Like they would announce stuff over the intercom whenever something just like went on sale, or they moved something from the back out to the front, and then they announced it on the announcer. And people would like dive for random crap like pots and pans, handbags. It was the craziest thing ever. And as like an 8-year-old watching that, I just kind of thought it was funny. I'm like, you have money, clearly you're here. Like, why are you acting this way?
You like you was gonna buy it? No kind of either way. Now
Right,
you
like,
like it's 50 cents off. Now you killing somebody for it. I don't know, man. I like the excitement. I never got a chance to really experience this. I remember the year it got really crazy in my area. I mean, it's crazy in my area, but back when I'm from Macon, right? I'm talking about, I got used to people hearing on the news somebody got shot at Walmart every single year. And there was an app, as a matter of fact, where you could track how many people died on Black Friday. That was crazy. That is so morbid. That is late stage capitalism. That is the worst of us. However,
Yep.
I wanted to get involved. Not get involved in the violence, but I wanted to see what the excitement was about. You know what I'm saying? So me, my mama, and my sisters, we showed up at, I want to say it was 2:00 in the morning at Best Buy, and doors opened at 4. And we because it's a tradition. Mike, please go somewhere. We stood outside of Best Buy in line. I'm talking about it wrapped around the building, and Best Buy is a big building. Obviously. We snaked around the building, waited outside for like an hour or 2 hours or something like that. And we got in, and the first thing they screamed was no running. And it was the most calm, the most orderly, the most civilized experience. I was so disappointed. Like, I came here to cause some trouble. Like I was gonna bust open a little display case with a crowbar and then run out and act like I ain't see nothing. That's what I came here for, to break the law. And now you telling me I actually gotta act like I'm doing something? I gotta buy something now? Like I can't be walking this slow, not making a purchase. You telling me the line's moving fast because they have every single aisle open for some reason? So now actually I now have to make a purchase? Like that's a scam.
There are TVs in the bread aisle, and now you expect me to just like not buy something? Like,
of
course.
What's the point? Like, what's the point of that? Like, at that point, why am I even here?
You wanted anarchy.
I wanted blood on the streets.
That's
Phil,
bad,
Phil, there was an app a long time ago. There was an app where you could track how many people died on Black Friday. Let me see if I can find it. Also, this is what I'm used to seeing.
Why do people bring their kids on Black Friday? Like,
leave them at home.
Okay, I will say, as a child, I enjoyed going Black Friday shopping. It was fun.
Man, if I gotta think about little kid, leaving me, like holding me back.
All right, this is from Joe.ie. There is actually a website that keeps track of the Black Friday death count. Black Friday isn't really that much of a thing in Ireland. Wait a minute now. Friday after Thanksgiving. I'll share the link with y'all. Y'all can take a look at that whenever you get time. But like, I feel like you bring your kids with you if you don't have any other plans for them. But that being the original plan, I don't. That's not good. Like, I'm not a kidnapper. But if you want to steal some kids, this is easily the best time to do it. Like, this is awful.
I feel like that's so terrible out of context.
Like, yeah, out of context, I'm going to jail. I'm just saying, bro, protect your children from people that want to take your children and don't take them to this.
I don't like that video because it's supposed to be black people.
This doesn't look like the U.S. We saw this video on the last one. No. Oh, is that a little Subway sweet tea? Oh, I got a sweet tea from Subway in my fridge. Lord Jesus.
That the best things at Subway are not the sandwich.
Now, I saw somewhere online today that somebody was like, can we finally admit that Firehouse is better than Subway? And I love Subway, but I really want to comment on there. I thought we all agreed.
Admitting that already?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought we all agreed that everywhere was better than Subway. Like, I love Subway. Don't get me wrong. I go there because it's convenient. It's cheap and it's convenient. I love Subway. Food tastes good. I just also agree that every other sandwich place is by definition a step above Subway. How did we not already agree?
Quiznos, oh my goodness, I think it's this French dip Swiss sandwich from Quiznos. It comes with some au jus sauce on the side. Delicious.
Oof, that sounds so good. Also,
a place like that in LA. I'm so upset I found out about it after we went to LA. Like the place that made that the French onion soup is in LA.
Always want to square folks who got bold.
Darsta loves that thing.
Phil said, who out here saying Firehouse worse than Subway? See, it's like, why are we treating it as news when we're saying that Firehouse is better than Subway? We know. That's the point. We all agree. We accept that. That's the part of life. Also, I don't know if this is real, but now the people who live around Atlanta, which are at least 3 people in this particular conversation. I know Liz is in California right now, but we know where she's from. We're all in this area. Look at this video. Tell me that this is not Lenox Mall in Atlanta, Georgia.
Every time I see Lenox trending, I just assume somebody got shot.
Absolutely.
Yes. It's not even a good mall. Like, that's the problem.
It's not a good mall. It's really just a place to go and be seen because people know celebrity shop around there. They know, I mean, it's a nice area. It's also a very, what the hell?
Okay, wait, hold on. Was that Black Friday shopping at a grocery store? That looked like Kroger.
Is he drunk?
That's what they do, though. Like, at Walmart, they'll put the electronics in the grocery aisle.
That's so you get your popcorn and your TV all at once.
Seriously, like, you can put the bread in the, put the TV in the bread aisle. They'll put, like, not like the really expensive stuff that you could easily steal. Like, they wouldn't put something like a PS5 over in the, I don't know, the milk. They'll put a TV over there because you just can't walk out the building.
Yeah, for real.
With a free TV.
Hot in your jacket.
Oh.
Now Phil wants to ask Firehouse versus which, and I ate which. You think so? I think I agree actually, because I love the customability. Like which has so many options. If price is not an issue, I think which is far away from where I live right now would be the first place I go. I do personally love Jimmy John's. They're super fast, and Jimmy John's is like the one place that has a sandwich where like I will not change a single thing about the sandwich that they give me. Like I won't change anything.
So bad though. Jimmy John's bread tastes like it had been sitting out for days.
It's
so damn hard on top. Why?
I don't have time left in my life to fight you on this, but I will say Larry's Giant Subs are great. Jersey Mike's is great. Firehouse Subs are great. Which is great. And Jimmy John's is great. And Subway is below all of them. And we all know this. But that don't keep me from going to Subway. It like the fact that Subway is less than Firehouse does not mean I suddenly have more money in my bank account. Get off my back. That's all I gotta say.
Cookies are worth the trip.
Yeah, Mike, let me go ahead and hit you up with the which. We're not sponsored by any of these locations. Don't get it twisted. Don't report me or nothing. I'm just saying, y'all. Larry's Giant Subs, like one time they had this Peruvian sandwich or something that was really delicious. I'm gonna have to show y'all. We'll have an entire discussion on food and sandwiches at some point. But oh my goodness, which is great. Jersey Mike's probably has my favorite single sandwich. And let me see if I can find it real quick. Also, let me play this again. Let me show you.
I don't know if you care. I'm gonna tell you anyway. Do you see Ricky Rubio got traded to the Timberwolves?
What?
Yeah, Ricky Rubio got traded to the Timberwolves.
When you say Ricky Rubio, I don't know why I immediately start thinking of Mark Rubio. I was like, he don't play basketball.
Mercy. Okay, well, never mind.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. The Timberwolves. He got some good handles.
That's a cute team. And by cute, I mean attractive.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Disagree.
I feel like not the U.S. either.
I mean, Ricky Rubio, I feel like, I wouldn't call him a role player. I feel like he has a bit more talent than that. But I mean,
he's a role player. He's a role player.
All right, so first off, I'm not here to fight you with this.
The car store? You're at the car store.
Bruh.
If you ever see a guy outside wearing red sweatpants, go the other way.
I swear to God.
That is chaos.
Okay.
Like, I never really thought about before, but you're absolutely right.
Like, she is correct.
Like, what is the worst place? What's the, like, and let's just say you're driving through, it's on Black Friday, you're just driving around, right? This, okay, first off, pause. This looks like hell. This looks like an image of actual hell.
You know, looking at this stuff in the time of coronavirus,
in COVID,
seems so ironic. Like, it makes my soul turn. Like, it just really is like, problematic.
Isn't it so surreal to know that we used to do, and a lot of places still do, but like we used to do this? Like, this was not strange.
Like we keep
saying, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't do this for like Black Friday, but during a concert, I do it still.
I guess because that's entertainment. That's entertainment, but like you already spent your money at that point. This is like, I cannot wait to go into this store and end up broker than how I came in. That hurts me as a person of no money. I'm just lying to let y'all know. That's what I'm calling broke people now. I call it white people. People of
pocket, but it fills your heart.
All right, you gotta go. You gotta get up off. You gotta go ahead and disconnect you. All right, Liz, it's been fun. Bye. Click. Crazy, man. I didn't know Liz was just gonna leave like that. That's kind of strange. I don't know why she did that, but bye. But yeah, man, I Jersey Mike's is hilarious. Asteroid says this is fun. Yeah, I do get it's fun. Like, looking at this in the time of COVID is terrifying, but let's just say you're driving around town. It's Black Friday, right? Mm-hmm. You're expecting to see large crowds at Best Buy, at Walmart, Target, you know, all the big department stores, all the big well, not necessarily department stores, but all the big retailers, right? You know, the common folk. What store would scare, like, where would you go to? Like, let's just say you go to a certain place, a certain location, and you did not expect to see a crowd there, and they're fighting. And the fact that you see a crowd there fighting alarms you more than it would alarm you if it was at like Walmart or Best Buy. What is that store to you?
CVS.
Wait, what did you say?
She said CVS.
Oh, yikes.
Bro, if you find a CVS,
you know, something is wrong with the world.
Society has crumbled. They fighting over medicine, bro. This post-apocalyptic at that point.
Folks is fighting over freaking COVID vaccines, over flu vaccines.
Yeah, like, if people are stockpiling, people are fighting to stockpile drugs,
yikes.
They know something I don't.
At that point, it's
there
over.
was a PSA that I missed.
That, like, bro said, "Hey man, government canceled. We done." Bro, Asteroid said Dollar General. If they find it Dollar General, I'm on the other side of the town.
No. If you go to Dollar General, Dollar Tree, a 99-cent store, $2, if you go there for a fight, I know you got a gun, and so I just have to. It's not something I'm gonna do.
Bro, somebody put that on a quote, bro. I'm gonna write that down, bro. Bro said, if you find that anything with $1 in the name, you got a gun. Look, man. I know for a fact that what she has said is 100% right, and it scares me.
Bro, yeah, in California they have this thing called 99-cent plus. And the 99-cent plus I go to is actually in a nice area, but somehow when I go inside 99-cent plus, it feels like I'm in a whole nother area.
You probably are. Like, that's all I can say is that you definitely are. You have entered a different liminal space. You're at a whole different place now.
I'm like, shit, now I gotta put my phone in my pocket and actually zip it up.
Like, ain't no telling what's finna pop off here, bro. Like, dog, gone.
That's good.
Like,
but it's one of those things too. I feel like because all he asks, are they even buying good stuff, or are they just causing a ruckus for some candles or something? And it's like, truthfully,
depends.
You're not going Black Friday shopping for truthfully anything that you need. Like, I will say, probably like 3 or 4 years ago. I was in college. It had to be a few years ago. I went Black Friday shopping at Walmart with my mom and my brother, and there was a woman grocery shopping in the middle of the mayhem. Like, she was literally buying eggs and crap while people were TVs. And I'm just like, you really picked the worst. And it was like 8 o'clock on Thanksgiving, because you know how they starting the Black Friday deals earlier and earlier.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like, you picked the worst day at the worst time to want to do your grocery shopping. And she was like an anomaly, because she was actually somebody there shopping for something that she needs. 999,999 times out of 100,000.
Yeah. You mean a million? You mean a million?
I'm sorry. Anyways, but yeah, you are not shopping for anything you actually need on Black Friday. You're just buying crap out of the sake of buying crap. And that's why people say it's a capitalism holiday, because, I mean, they know that people are going to spend money because it's just part of the tradition. But it's kind of messed up, but it is what it is.
Now, let's be honest. Which holiday in America is not capitalist in nature? Most holidays that we celebrate, most holidays in America were created by corporations. Like Valentine's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, invented by big cards. So that, like big, I don't know what you call big stationery. What would you call it? Not big data, not big tech, big stationery, I guess, so that they could sell more cards. Like
Peppers.
Big paper. Big paper. Freaking Dunder Mifflin in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We see you out there. Y'all are pushing this liberal agenda that we need to celebrate fatherhood and motherhood so that you can stuff your thank you cards down our throats. But we will not be misled. We will not be led astray. You will not run amok. We will not be bamboozled again by this liberal agenda. Losers. I'm sorry. I had to do my Alex Jones impression.
Funny to think about Joe Biden being from Scranton.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm telling you, it all comes full circle. It all comes full circle. Joe Biden, the president-elect, former vice president Joe Biden, is pushing the liberal narrative that we have to celebrate the fact that we have parents, so that he's in cahoots with Big Paper over at Dunder Mifflin, because he wants to stuff his pockets and fill his coffers to inject socialism into our fair democracy. Now, if you would like, you can go ahead and donate at Patreon. But I swear to God, when I get my radio show, this is what it's gonna sound like. Gonna eat your neighbors.
A bot. Hi, bot.
There's a bot?
Hi, bot.
Wanna become famous?
Followers, primes, and viewers on.
Oh, I can do it. Y'all are so quick. Thank you, by the way.
My body.
Bye, body. Okay, so Phil is talking about, I'm gonna finish this last video, then I'm gonna show you what Phil's talking about when Alex Jones was talking about eating his neighbors. We died laughing at that. Oh my goodness. Alex Jones eating neighbors. It was a tweet, wasn't it? Let me see. But let me go ahead and play this out. This is hell, by the way. Just want y'all to know that. Promises to eat his neighbors.
Are you sure we're not in hell also? But this is just a different level?
I saw hell, you know.
Yeah.
It's all the same neighborhood. Wait, we'll eat his neighbor's ass. Wait a minute.
Excuse me.
I can't wait to show y'all. Phil is a dog for showing this. The funniest thing is coming out this year. I don't know if I can find that particular tweet, Phil. Phil, if you can find it, let me know. But I'm gonna show y'all what I find. Oh, look at that poor child in that little mess. Oh God, is that a baby?
Yeah, poor child.
Like,
wearing the right shoes for this. Like, if you're gonna come to Black Friday shopping, get your good tennis shoes on.
Bro,
get your leggings with extra stretch on.
Steel-toed boots.
Like,
you gotta be dressed for a fight. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh, if you fall down in the middle, that's it. Your life is over. Ankles deceased. I would never take my mother, my sister, my girlfriend, my children, like this is.
Oh my God! You think I'm on that lady's neck? Oh my gosh!
You telling me you wouldn't bring a gun to this? I mean, at this point, I gotta assume everybody else got a gun. Oh, somebody wig fell. Oops.
F.
Yeah, man. At this point, I just gotta start letting some off into the air just to clear it out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what I gotta do.
And that into them worse.
Like now, let me show y'all. Alex Jones.
What's that there for?
Huh?
What's it?
Oh, it's the wig that he threw up there. Oh my God.
Girl, he not. I ain't gonna say nothing. I hope this is the one. Phil, if you can find it, let me know.
I will eat my neighbors. I'm not letting my kids die. I'm just gonna be honest. My superpower's being honest. I've extrapolated this out, and I won't have to for a few years since I got food and stuff. But I'm literally looking at my
We can't
neighbors
hear it.
now
I just
going,
removed that.
I'm ready to hang them up, and gut them, and skin them, and chop them up. And you know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors. See, my superpower is...
What is he talking? Can y'all hear that? Darstar, are you listening on Discord? Oh wait, hold on, I'm not sharing my screen. Oh yeah, oh, that's right, because I closed the window out. All right, let me start this from the top. This is absolute mania. I don't even know why that window was open. All right, this is Alex Jones saying how he will protect his children.
I'll admit it. I will eat my neighbors. I'm not letting my kids die. I'm just gonna be honest. My superpower's being honest. I've extrapolated this out, and I won't have to for a few years since I got food and stuff. But I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up, and gut them, and skin them, and chop them up. And you know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors. See, my superpower is being honest. I'll eat your ass. I will.
I'll eat your ass.
I'm combat model, optimum self-sufficiency. Probably the leader. The point is have you thought about that yet? Because I'm somebody that thought I could fix this, and I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like sizing up my neighbor? How I'm going to haul him
at
up
least
my
he eats
chain
ass.
and chop his ass up?
I mean,
I'll do it. My children aren't going hungry. I will eat your ass. That's why I want the globalists to know. I will eat your ass first.
I will eat your ass. He said it here first. You heard it here first, folks. Alex Jones. Alex Jones. Yes, Alex, I do think you like sizing them up. Alex Jones will eat your ass. I just want you to know. I want everyone to be aware of this.
Probably someone in my program called Alex Jones.
It's awkward.
Called him?
This is awkward.
That's a shame. That is a real doggone shame. But I think eating ass is the perfect way for us to conclude tonight's stream. I think we did a lot of good talking here. I can't wait to edit this video. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a lot of fun, y'all. But yeah, today we discussed food, Thanksgiving. We played Overcooked with Ashley. We discussed Broke Boy Buffoonery. You know, we've talked about, what else have we talked about? We've talked about black colleges and universities, HBCUs, and money and higher education and all that. Ollie, I don't know. Ollie, I'm not even gonna respond to Ollie. Really don't even want to say. I don't even want to repeat what Ollie's talking about. Anyway,
Ollie gave me some really good suggestions of people to follow. So shout out to him.
Don't want to know about it. All right, and then Phil just want to know how he came to exclusion. Phil, we have no idea why Alex Jones feels the way he feels or how he arrived. How that even came up. We don't know. We'll never know. Thank God we'll never know because we don't want to ever know. But yeah, it's really been fun, and I appreciate y'all so much for coming. We'll be back again. What is it? Is today Wednesday? Your desktop screen background is really nice. Is that downtown Athens? No, actually, it's downtown Savannah. I took this photo, actually. Matter of fact, let me show y'all real quick one more time. I took this photo when on a business trip. I have this photo hanging up on my wall right behind me, actually. So, but thank you. I really appreciate that. I had a good time. But yeah, we will be back again. Next discussion topic. I think next time we have a discussion, it'll be after Thanksgiving. We'll share our Thanksgiving horror stories. We'll discuss Black Twitter. We'll discuss Thanksgiving clapback. Thanksgiving on Black Twitter. Whole lot of fun stuff going on, you know. And yes, I will be streaming Friday because Luna isn't. I will be streaming tomorrow. We'll be playing Among Us. So yeah. I really do think y'all.
Hey,
go ahead.
What did you say? I felt my neurons were not synapsing, so I need you to rewind like a minute back.
basically, we had a good conversation tonight. I can't wait to continue it. Next time we talk about this, it'll be after Thanksgiving. We'll talk about Thanksgiving horror stories, Black Twitter, Thanksgiving clapback. And I really do thank all of y'all so much for showing up. I really, sincerely do appreciate it.